Leilani, and thanks again for joining me in my backyard for Leilani Drinks the Brown Stuff. Another episode, and I had to pull out my bone-snapping uniform for this bone-snapping ride tonight. I just have to say, as a woman, I'm the original bone snapper here. It took me 8 years to get this black belt around my waist. 8 years of fighting men, of going to the dojo and getting my butt handed to me. And I'm talking about like having to do 24, 25, like self-defense techniques all called out of tune, having to fight 3 black belt men after a 3-4 hour test as they came at me with knives, and then having to fight them again as they came out with me with fists, and then having to do a blindfolded jumping back kick with 3 boards. Not one, because that's only 1 bone. Not 2, because where is there going to be 2 bones? No, my instructor made me break 3 boards so I can basically bone snap your ribs if I need to. Don't test me, whiskey. So tonight, I will be trying the Bone Snapper X-Ray Straight Wide. So tonight, I will be trying the Bone Snapper X-Ray Straight Rye Whiskey. So this Bone Snapper X-Ray runs you about $55, but we got it for about $40 at Bevmo, being a member. What's so cool about this, and something super personal, is that I'm part of a whiskey club, but it is the Queen Whiskey Club. And by Queen, I mean my beast who's behind the camera. So about 3 years ago, he gave me a Christmas gift, and it's basically 1 full bottle of whiskey every month, and I refuse to let it go. So we're on the 3rd year. And a couple of years ago, maybe it could have been a year and a half ago, we tried the regular Bone Snapper. And now they have the Bone Snapper X-Ray. So this rye whiskey was rated top 5 in Maxim. And what they did was they ended up taking from the original creation and setting a small amount aside. And so when they want it, they take about 20 barrels and they taste it from there. And it is then distilled with like this limestone filtered water. Whoa, what a moth. That's natural, but I don't want it in my whiskey. And it's basically located in like deep aquifers under southern Indiana. Now, what is fantastic about it? 95% rye and 5% malted barley mash. And basically they don't use a chill filtration. Now, what that basically means for a lot of whiskey lovers is the fact that for them, chill filtration kind of takes some of the goodness out to them. It's supposed to preserve the whiskey as it is. Chill filtration, no chill filtration, whatever comes out of that bottle, I'm in love with. As long as it's tasty and fantastical and magical and wonderful all up in my mouth, I'm okay with it. I just don't like to add ice after. So, chill filtration while they're doing it, fine. Let me taste it and let me be the judge, which is what I'll be doing tonight. So they aged this whiskey basically about 4 years. But what was interesting is that I found out that it's considered MGP rye. And basically what that means is Midwest grain products. And it's basically a distillery that ends up doing all the grain mash for these private label bottling companies. So basically, these companies can go to this distillery and just grab themselves some grain and mash and do their own whiskey. And that's not to say that they don't. They end up taking it and mixing up their magical goodness for us all to try. Otherwise, everything out of there would taste the same, which it doesn't. You basically have your companies like Bullet and Templeton, who did, by the way, fun fact, get into a lot of trouble for a long time because they were stating that they had small batches and they were making it themselves and stuff. So now Templeton has to basically say that whiskey is from Indiana. So tonight, we are going to be trying the X-Ray Bone Snapper Straight Rye, and it is a 4-year reserve. Now, I love handwritten messages, and it's in gold. Basically, it says batch number 2. It is 110 proof. It's body's trying to knock me out, but it's not gonna happen. 55% alcohol. Okay. Barrel date was 6/20/13. The bottle date was 11/2018. It's like 5 years. 4-year reserve, 5-year by the bottle date. Let's go ahead and open this baby up so I can knock it out. Where do I start? Oh, here. It's trying to be hard to get. I'm not gonna let it happen. Sometimes you gotta use your nails. Oh, ho, ho. Round 1, Leilani. Oh, the joy. That's rye spices. That's rye goodness. 95% rye. Yes, please. Cinnamon. Definitely cinnamon. I think that's the reason why I love rye. Orangey orange. Give it to me. Oh, that smells amazing. All right, let's go ahead and get this woman's pour on at 110 proof. Because that's how we do it, ladies. Try to save all that goodness. Don't let nothing evaporate. All right. That's warmth. A little vanilla. But I definitely feel like there's some floral in that smell. Round 2. Holy moly. Holy moly. Now that's a whiskey. Trying to grow some hair on my chest, but my body's fighting it and beating it back. Ugh. It feels like a warmth explosion happening. It literally rests on the tongue for a split second, and then all of a sudden it's like, pow! I am here. And I love it. I love feeling that those I don't know, black pepper, cinnamon, spices all up in my mouth, just fighting. That is absolutely a fantastic rye, guys. I don't care if they get it from MGP grain, if they do it themselves, whatever they are doing, I'm okay with it. And just so that you know that this company basically was, I guess, around 2012, they started with Backbone Bourbon, and then they expanded on to this wonderful Bone Snapper X-Ray series, because I could feel it in my chest. Let's not waste this. Okay, we don't waste 110. I will lick this table afterwards. I don't care. Round 3 goes to Bone Snapper. I would have to say, I have to give Bone Snapper X-Ray 5 kisses. The first one. What? So I think you guys are gonna need an MRI, because this Bone Snapper is definitely gonna be breaking some bones. Cheers to this amazing 110 proof.